Nashville Children's Theater will turn 85 this year. 85 years of professional theatrical experiences provided to over 80,000 children every year. Much of who we are and what we have become, though, is due to the last 30 years, in large part because of NCT's producing artistic director, Scot Copeland. We wanted to take this time on this day of giving to give back to Scot and for you to know him better and to love him as we did.
He was a dear friend, a colleague, a cohort in crime.
The most lovable, terrifying person I've ever known.
Like a father and a big brother.
And he was a mentor in the same way that he's been one to everyone.
A champion for children.
My co-conspirator.
He was a force of theater and a force of nature.
At times, a gruff, infuriating man who always had this teddy bear of a heart.
Scot is a person whose absence is profound.
Scot is the reason I'm here in Nashville. And I think the reason I've had the success that I've had.
I knew who he was before I even met him.
The fact that he has really built the Children's Theater, Nashville Children's Theater, into this national icon. He gave the city something to be proud of.
People look to a list of theaters. They always want to know what those theaters are doing, what's happening, at Nashville Children's Theater. So I think Nashville Children's Theater has always been a leader in the field. And that's largely due to Scot's leadership, I think.
We all set our compasses to his high standards because he set this standard of excellence for us in the theater community here and then in the national children's theater community. He set the standard of excellence by which all of us had to measure ourselves.
Scot stressed it over and over again to do art that you are proud of.
Who cares if it's children's theater? It's theater. It's art above anything else.
A theater here that hires professionals to do work for children, because a lot of people feel that that is lesser work, and that is utter nonsense in my mind.
Oh, it's cute. You're in a children's show. I'll have to come down and, even suggesting to adults, well, come see this show. Well, we don't have any kids. No, come see this show. Refusing to talk down to any members of the audience, and I think that that's really important. That's what keeps people coming back.
It's just because it's done for children doesn't mean it's less than, because that's the most important time in your life when your brain is really starting to grow and expand and accept and deny. That's when you're really becoming who you are as a human being.
We're in the business of making better people.
I know that my son is a better 25-year-old man because he came to theater here.
In every audience, there is some young person in the audience who is going through this very thing right now.
One of the things that Scot was very passionate about is the notion that children deserve the very best of everything. That's a legacy. The future for Nashville Children's Theater is wonderful. It's bright.
It's very, very bright.
Very bright.
I think he would probably be sad if he felt like, I didn't teach you anything. You guys can't do this on your own by now.
I think Scot's biggest legacy is not only the quality of work at this theater, but the fact that he brought together so many professionals who are dedicated to this work.
To give everything that they have to the public for the same kind of cause, this same kind of idea of making our world better by sharing what you have.
This has been the training ground for so many different artists.
Actors and directors and musicians and technicians can come and be supported and do their very best work.
I believe we will all move forward with what he would want on his stage.
I am convinced that the people that Scot has trained and left behind are going to be able to carry on the legacy that he set up here. And I'm convinced that the work we do is going to continue to affect lives and affect change within our community and the world.
We've got to keep our children gathering for these immediate, live, meaningful experiences. And this is the best place in the world.
I mean, you can't be sitting on an iPad pushing buttons all day long. Eventually, that creative mind has to be developed. That starts at NCT.